A number of tech giants are speaking out today and titling the day a day of action in order to raise awareness about the importance of net neutrality and how the FCC could potentially dismantle it. Now, Ajit Pai, someone that we spoke about quite a bit on the show, is the FCC's new chairman, and he was appointed by President Trump. He wants to scrap the open internet protections installed in 2015 under the Obama administration. Those consumer protections mean providers, ISPs such as AT&T, Charter, Comcast, and Verizon are prevented from blocking or slowing down access to the web. So, a number of these tech giants decided to approach this in different ways. And at first, I was ready to applaud them because I think it's important for them to get involved. But then when I dug a little deeper, I realized that in reality, Reddit is the only one that did something that actually grabbed people's attention. So let's go to that. So if you go to Reddit, you'll see this thing pop up. This is the first window that you'll see. And it basically lets you know that if you get rid of net neutrality, it's gonna slow down certain web pages that you might view often. It'll be difficult for you to get the type of content that you like. So it's a pixelated logo that loads in its upper left corner before begging users to upgrade their monthly bandwidth allowance. Meanwhile, a pop-up blocks the page with a message typed out at a frustratingly slow speed. The internet's less fun when your favorite sites load slowly, isn't it? So I love that because it makes people, users, realize the importance of net neutrality if they hadn't before.
And think about it, people who go to Reddit that day are less likely to stick around because they're annoyed by this slow typing message.
Right.
And a lot of them won't even get the message. But Reddit's users are, well, there's a lot of adjectives for them, but they're certainly more sophisticated when it comes to the internet. And so at least most of them will understand it. They're not like the average internet user, but still they're risking revenue for that day. They're risking some sort of people leaving that day, etc. And they're doing it for the right cause. So all the credit in the world to Reddit there.
Absolutely.
And usually that is the epicenter for the fight back against rules like this.
It is. Alexis Ohanian, who is a co-founder of Reddit, has been fighting very aggressively against dismantling net neutrality. In fact, during the last battle that we had over this issue, he was probably the most vocal member in the tech world, and I love him for it. Now,
and that's a rare place where I think, I'm not 100% positive what the right wing on Reddit think about this, but last I heard, the left wing and the right wing agree on this issue.
Of course, because it affects everyone negatively regardless of what your political ideology is. All right, so now I'm gonna kind of be critical of other tech giants because I feel like they didn't do enough. So let's start with Google. Google has a blog post up stating the net neutrality rules that protect the open internet are in danger of being dismantled. So it's a blog post. You don't see anything if you go to the homepage. They have the Google Doodle. They haven't done anything with that. And I just want to ask, maybe I'm completely unaware and the Google blog posts are tearing it up. They go viral. Everyone can't wait for the next Google blog post. But I'm under the assumption that no one reads Google blog posts unless they're looking for something involving troubleshooting.
Yeah, so I think that I'm of two minds on this. First of all, I think that the fact that they're doing anything is great because no one's going to independently go to a Google blog post, but it will get included in the press articles.
It will, and I think that's the reason why they did it.
Yes,
okay.
So one, they can get credit for it, but on the other hand, at least their name is in there as Google is fighting for net neutrality, and that has some effect. And so that's not such a bad thing for people who are either neutral on the issue and can be swayed, but much more importantly, for politicians that Google has some sway over because of political contributions. So we'll get to that angle in a second.
Yeah, okay, so also video game streaming site Twitch has a banner announcement on its channel page while also replacing its global emotes with a spinning wheel for 24 hours. That's good. I mean,
yeah, that's not bad. Look, we can nitpick all these, but I'll take Twitch, that's not bad.
Twitch is good.
Yeah, I'm with you. Of course, I wish that Google had put it on the main page.
Apple's not doing anything so far, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't see Facebook on the list. I know Facebook's been on the list for being for net neutrality, so that's great. I didn't see them doing anything today on this particular day. But look, further context, Last time there was a fight on this issue, back in 2015, Obama was in charge, and 4 million people sent in letters saying, please keep net neutrality. Part of the reason they did it, that was already had enormous organic growth, but on one day, again, the tech companies got together and they all put out a statement on their sites saying, hey, fight on this issue. And it worked and it was wonderful. It was bigger than today, okay? But that didn't sway Obama. The conventional wisdom is that swung Obama. It didn't. He did not act after the 4 million letters. He only acted after Google and Facebook and a couple other large tech companies finally came out and openly declared, yes, we're for net neutrality. Now, the reason Google and Facebook are understandably on the fence, if you look at it just from their business point of view, is yes, they would have to pay the internet service providers more money. So they'd have to pay a ransom to Comcast, Verizon, AT&T, et cetera. But they're so big, they can afford it.
Yeah.
And it would knock out all of the little guys.
All of their competition.
And wipe out their competition. So they're actually, that's why I really, really want to give credit to Google and Facebook. And by the way, there are partners too, I should disclose that. But I want to give them huge credit for at least fighting on this issue, because we wouldn't even won in 2015 if they didn't put their political contribution, at least implied threats behind that.
I applaud them. I completely applaud them for what they've done in the past, but it's a whole new battle, and we have to fight even harder this time around with Ajit Pai and Donald Trump. And I'm being unfair because this is just the beginning. There's still some time for them to do something, and so maybe in the near future they will do something more aggressive and it will have actual results. But I'm just speaking specifically about today. I just feel like they could have done more.
And I hear you on that, but the most important thing is the one we don't have an answer for yet. When you're talking about public comments, this time around, there's already been 5.1 million comments / letters sent in to the FCC. So it's not like they don't know which side the American people are on. They know, and the polling shows overwhelmingly that people want net neutrality. So the question is, and Ajit Pai is, in my opinion, clearly systemically corrupted. He was a Verizon lawyer. He was brought into the FCC to represent companies like Verizon, and he's just waiting there. He was in the Obama administration too, but he wasn't in power. Trump gets in, and he's like, great, who can I service, right? And so Trump goes, great, now give my donors exactly what they want, which is the exact opposite of the American people. And the question is, are Google and Facebook and all those guys, are they gonna mount up and fight again when it comes on to the lobbyist level? Because if they engage in that fight, we can win again. But if they even stay neutral, we're done for, and they're gonna kill net neutrality. Help us build independent media together. Come join us, tytnetwork.com/join.